Okay, I'm at it again with blue-white God-Pharaoh's Gift. So, this is a deck that wants to get this card into play, but unlike some other versions who plays Gate to the Afterlife, this just wants to do it with Refurbish instead. So you don't need to have 6 creatures in the graveyard. There's a lot of ways to dump the gift into your graveyard. There is 4 Charter Cores, there is Champion of Wits, Strategic Planning if you find it in the top 3. And also search for Ascanta, a card which is very good in this deck, because it also, when it transforms, can help you hardcast God-Pharaoh's Gift, which happens in some slower matchups. It has some small enablers like Minister of Inquiries. You want it on turn 1. Opt is basically there for digging and get the usual 4 Angel of Inventions and an Angel of Sanctions as a miser card to get cards like the Scarab God. In the lands, nothing special here. There is an Hypno Rivulet which mills you, also a Hostile Desert, and this deck puts a lot of cards in its graveyard, so this can often be sort of a mute or odd card. And the mana is pretty good because you're only playing 2 colors as opposed to the Jeskai or Esper decks that play 3 colors, so you can afford a little bit of value. The mana is very good, it's also sweet. Okay, let's take a look at the sideboard. We have a River's Rebuke for the token decks, which are pretty popular right now. I was also considering Cataclysmic Gearhulk. The only problem is that you want to get rid of, they have like Anointed Procession and Hidden Stockpile in play, they still get to keep one. 3 negate is against control, we have authority against mono red, and if you play against another gift deck. Fragmentize I found to be very valuable. It comes in when you see some hate card like Sentinel, Totem, Crook of Condemnation, and also pretty good against Mardu vehicles. Sunscorch Champion also has the added value to get dumped in the graveyard with all these cards that put stuff in the graveyard so you can eternalize it. And some cast out against the Scarab God, which is a card which this deck can have a problem with sometimes. Fumigate comes in the Temur decks. Alright, I will see you round 1. Okay, round number 1 on the play. Yeah, this hand is good. Only problem is that this is a pain land, so if I'm playing as mono red, I will be less happy. But it can dump a God-Pharaoh's Gift in the graveyard. So now all I need to do is find a Refurbish. I should be in a good shape. We got some ways to dig for that. Okay, so not mono red. Could be the tokens deck, which I think is a reasonable matchup. But okay, so this deck you usually don't want to attack to not have to discard, because discarding is often an advantage here. So I want to get Refurbish, but I also want to get the land. So the problem with Strategic Planning is if I see a Refurbish and lands, I can't take both. So I actually want to cast Charter Cores here, because I want to hit my land drops, and if I saw Refurbish I couldn't get it, if you understand my reasoning. Search for Ascanta is cool though, because it's probably gonna flip pretty soon. He's gonna push here. Okay, I'm up to 6 cards in my graveyard now, so I could flip Search at the first moment, or I could cast Strategic Planning, but we'll see what we draw. Did hit an Angel of Invention. Okay, so if I cast Search, I can flip it next turn. But if I cast Strategic Planning, I can dig for land, so that's what I'm gonna do. If I see Refurbish now, it's unfortunate, but I didn't, so get a basic island, which also means that it's gonna be less painful. So they have cast out main deck to deal with God-Pharaoh's Gift, but past that, It usually stays in play. And they don't put you on a fast clock. Okay, there's the refurbish. So now all I need is lands. So I could either cast strategic planning or search. If I cast strategic planning, if I find an untapped land, I can also cast search. And I have what I need in my graveyard, or I have a gift and an angel. So I think I'm casting strategic planning here, hoping to find an untapped land. I did not. I found opt. Okay, that's fine. I just have to cast opt instead. Okay, I'll cast it now because if I hit a land, I want to play it. Alright. Yeah, we'll take that because it's a land. So next turn we can cast refurbish. It's not the end of the story because my opponent could have cast out, of course, but if he keeps his mana open, I'm probably just going to do something else instead, like cast search, or maybe even hard cast angel. Okay, so I feel like he has a cast out here, so I'm just going to hard cast the angel. It puts the most pressure for him to do something. Okay, he didn't have it, but because he did that, I'm going to make servos here to try to kill as many creatures as possible, because if I don't, he can just flashback finish on my angel, and then I have nothing. It's very important against this deck to try to make sure that they can't get their engine rolling. So if they have an anointed procession out, things can get out of hand, but until they have an anointed procession out, you can actually take it kind of easy, because they can't do too much to punish you. So my opponent can flip Legion's Landing, but I'm gonna block pretty aggressively here, because let's say he attacks with everything, I block with my servos. He then cast out on my angel, then he can't cast out on my God-Pharaoh skills. I'm gonna block. I'm not gonna block with the angel. So now if he kills my angel, he has to use cast out, and then I have free reign to cast God-Pharaoh's gift. Okay. So now he has his engine rolling. So now it's time for me to get my engine starting too. So I'll start by refurbish on God-Pharaoh's gift. I'm gonna cast search. Here obviously I make counters and attack with everything. He didn't block. That's kind of aggressive, but fair enough. And then I cast search, which I'm probably gonna flip next turn so I can hard cast my second gift. But I also maybe want to put some cards in my graveyard, because right now I can only get back Minister of Increase, which isn't too hot. Good thing that my opponent's only engine card that makes token right now is Addend to the first fort, which that is pretty mana intensive. If he casts Fumigate, he has nothing in play, and then I can get rebuild with my angel. Okay, finish. That's acceptable. But, okay, he attacks, which makes me, I think I'm gonna block, because I don't have anything good in my graveyard to reanimate, so that just gives me my angel to reanimate. I'm gonna block here, because now I can get the angel back, and I'm gonna put island in my graveyard. And yeah, I'm gonna transform it. Okay. It's kind of Magic Online bug where I get to see his hand. It's when you press concede, you often get the button that reveals hand. I'm gonna put in River's Rebuke for sure. Cast out, obviously. Gonna put in Angel of Sanctions and Fragmentize. Don't like Authority of the Councils, even though you can get a lot of life. I don't think that's the way you win this game. These games. Okay, so here's a kind of a controversial thing I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna take out my Minister of Increase. The reason is that he has Fatal Push, and if I remove these from my deck, my opponent doesn't have any good targets for Fatal Push. I mean, he can target a Champion of Wits, but that's not good. The reason I do that is that these games go long, and you have you don't want to rush things against that deck. You want to grind them out. So it's not about speed, because it's about getting a gift into play while also maintaining their board. I'm also going to put in some negates. I don't want to put in Fumigate because their deck plays Fumigate themselves, so they're kind of, that's their game plan. And since these games go long, I'm gonna take out a Plains. I think I can take out one land on the draw. I can take out one opt and one strategic planning. No, this seems fine. So even though Minister is a key piece to the deck, this means that his Fatal Pushes basically have no targets. And they also get swept away by these Fumigates. Alright, I'm gonna keep this hand. It's a little sketchy, but I have a couple of opts to dig, Shard, and an Angel to put in my yard, so I think this is fine. Alright. There's an island, so we don't have to take too much pain, not that I'm too worried about it. Hidden Stockpile, that's good. I think I'm gonna ship the land though. And this Hostile Desert could do some stuff, but for the moment I'm gonna cast Chart, of course. And I'm gonna dump a gift. Even though it's possible you can hard card this, you can dump the first one and be pretty cool about it. Eventually you're gonna draw the other three. So here he gets his Hidden Stockpile going, but that negate could be a thing later, but I don't want to hold it up for the moment. If he goes Anointed Procession, that's annoying, but I think I can do it. I want to rather hold it up next turn. Okay, I'm gonna discard that too, and I guess I'm gonna get rid of the Rivulet. I don't think this deck can afford to sit and hold back 2 mana every turn, because if I hold up 2 mana that turn, I'm kind of priced in to do it every turn. Okay, so now I can get rid of my Angels. So that's unfortunate, but I still have Angel of Sanctions to get rid of. Oh, it takes Refurbish. Interesting, very interesting. Okay, so it's fine. I can still hardcast my cards, and I don't think I could have hold open 2 mana for the rest of the game. Also, what if he draws 2? So he has Revolt going. If he attacks, do I block? Probably do. Because if he goes at some point Legion's Landing, I want to make him have less creatures in play. And Champion of Wits can eternalize at some point. So I think it's fine to block. I want to preserve the amount of creatures he has. Okay, I think it's time to start casting Strategic Planning. Get a cast out. Play Hostile Desert. And I'm going to keep Negate open now because I have a reasonable play with Opt if he doesn't do anything. Okay, this time I'm going to negate it. I want him to strip my win conditions. 1 green mana. Oh, okay. He put the card on the bottom. Okay. I'm going to cast the Angel here. And I think since he can't Fatal Push it, and Castle is a premium card which I can recast out, I'm going to put counters on. Put a little bit of pressure on. Since he took my Refurbish, now it's a time where I want to cast Charter Course after attacking because I kind of want all my cards. Question is if I attack with Hostile Desert here. This is a pretty hard hitting card. I also want to keep open cast out, so I actually think I'm not attacking with Hostile Desert for the moment. I'm gonna wait a little bit. So I'm gonna Charter Course, not discarding anything because he took my Refurbish, the scumbag. So I can keep everything open, and the Angle of Sanction is a good card. Okay. I'm actually not gonna block here. It would be nice to gain 4 life, but that means that my opponent can trigger Revolt without having to pay mana. So I'm not gonna block here. Because what if he has like an Anointed Procession, then he gets Revolt without having to pay mana. Okay, so now he pays mana anyway, but I didn't know that. But he could have done that without blocking, so I'm not giving up any life gain. I'm only taking 1 damage, and I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna negate it. Even though it would be kind of tempting to let it resolve. What if he names Angel of Sanctions? That's annoying. I'm gonna opt. Put that on the bottom, and now I have 7 mana, so I could eternalize this champion. Ooh, that's a great card. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit on it though. I'm just gonna eternalize champion, draw 5 cards. And yeah, if he has duress, it's annoying, but now I can discard Island and Farmland. Attack for 4. And this is lethal next turn if he taps out. He could have Fumigate, but okay. Well, that would have been bad for me even if I had casted River's Rebuke. It's not like it changes too much. Alright. So I have 8 mana. Nothing great in my graveyard. think we can start with opt. Alright, that's good. Keep that. Play glacial. So I can either cast God-Pharaoh's Gift or play Angel of Sanctions. I think God-Pharaoh's Gift gives me the best chance to win, because he may cast out and then River's Rebuke kind of gets him. Although I don't have any more creatures in my graveyard, but that could easily be fixed by strategic planning. And I can afford to play River's Rebuke and strategic planning. Alright, that's a cool card. Does it take the gift or the angel? If it takes the angel, it doesn't come back, so that's kind of neat. But he doesn't have Revolt that turn, which was kind of nice. Okay, so probably gonna start with strategic planning, trying to hit an angel. If I do, I just win because it has haste and I can cast River's Rebuke. So let's start by casting strategic planning. Champion of Wits is also close to lethal. So I guess I take that, puts Champion in my graveyard. Could cast River's Rebuke and attack for 4. But I don't know if I like that. That means that Angel comes back, which I guess he can't cast because of he only has a painless source. So actually, Hostile Desert, can I do something with that? No. This is close, but I think I like River's Rebuke and put him to 1, then he can't cast his angel. Yes, I'm down to 16 cards though. Alright, he just conceded, fine. Okay, we are fortunate enough to be on the play for round 2 as well. This time I don't have blue mana, which is a big problem, so I have to ship this. If I had a blue mana, it would be an easy keep. Here, same thing. This time we have a Scry, but doesn't come into play until turn 2. So we'll have to scry a blue source to the top. I have no way to get rid of the God-Pharaoh's Gift. I actually think we're better off going to 5 here. Just because in the absolute dream scenario we find a blue source, which we have a scry to do. Even then, it's not great. We have double minister, it can be kind of awkward. And we have no way to get rid of the gift or the angel. So I think we go to 5. If our opponent shows up. Yep, we're back and we go to 5. This is fine. And yeah, I like that too. That puts the angel in my graveyard or a gift if I draw it. So I think I'm gonna start with farmland so I can cast Charter Course next turn. Especially also since Opt's kind of lost some of its value because I scribed to the top, so Opt would only like just draw me a card. I like this better. It looks like we're playing as another of the stockpile decks. I'm gonna put Angel in my graveyard where it belongs. Although you can hardcast it as you saw last game. Okay, this looks like a hidden stockpile. Or you could just need a land. Okay, Anointed Priest, that's scary, but you know. I think I'm gonna go Champion of Wits. Although, no, I'm gonna go Strategic Planning because I want to put a gift in my graveyard. And that's his free cards. And also I can cast Opt. I want to cast this before Opt though, because it gives me more information on what I want to get. So I could get Minister here and play it. That's kind of spicy. But the problem with that play is that my opponent has 4 Fatal Push. So it seems like it's better to take the plains. But I can also take short, of course. A lot of options here. The plains I need at some point. I'm going to take the plains. Because at some point I'm going to be needing that 4th land for refurbish. Now I can just opt. And if I take minister, he has, as I said, 4 fatal push. So that just gives him a target for that. Okay, Deepness land, it's good. But does he have another land? No, he doesn't have a land. Okay, I'm kind of happy I didn't play something to push them. Opt for opt. You know, that's probably fine, just because if I miss on champion, I can do something else also. And opt seems better than a random card. Okay, strategic planning. Again, sees more cards than champion, but is less effective as mana goes. But it may also find me like a search for Ascanta, which I can play this turn. So I'm going to go for strategic planning. At this point, I think I just take the angel so I can maybe hardcast it. And play a land and say go. Let's see here how much respite we're going to get from flipping that land. It doesn't have a vault, which is nice. So let's hope to find a gift. Is that better than a random card? It's pretty good at finding gift, but again it enables a fatal push, so no, I'll not put it on the bottom. Okay, cast champion. Okay, so there's the gift. And they don't play Duress main deck. I'm gonna get rid of the land and be a little greedy. I think I'm just gonna cost refurbish, and I don't need a 5th land for the moment. Okay, so he scries in upkeep, which is a good play because he gets the token back and he can dig for a land. And you find the land. And here comes the push, as I suspected. You can attack for 1 if you want. Probably 1, it doesn't matter. Alright, so now we're gonna go refurbish on the gift. And get an angel, or there is some argument for getting the minister because I don't have any more spicy creatures in my graveyard. But start, okay. So I guess he wants to play around negate. Okay, so 5th land is spicy. So I could hardcast Angel of Invention because he doesn't have Fumigate mana and that pumps my team. And if he kills it some way, I can get it back. So yeah, it seems like the play. I'm gonna definitely make counters here. And here's a thing you have to think about. Is that I'm gonna get Minister, which is a 6/6. The question is if I want to attack with it or mill myself. I think since he's stuck on 3 mana, I should probably just attack with it. It is tempting to mill yourself, but 6/6 attack is pretty large. And this prevents him from flipping his landing, which I'm a little surprised he blocked like that. Could have kept the creature attacked, flipped, Legion's landing, cost Fumigate, which he doesn't. Are not able to do now. So that was an interesting play. You can cast out, but He has to take out an angel because I have 12 points in the air. And if he casts Cast Out, he doesn't have a Revolt, and then he can't gain any life from an object. I guess he can do that too. And then get a token. Ooh, that's a good draw, because that can mean I can find something better than Minster to reanimate. The question is if I want to cast Opt first. I don't think it matters. What if I find something I want to cast for 2 now? This draws me 3 cards. And I can put Angel of Sanctions in play. That's kind of sweet. What would I be exiling? A token, and then I can attack for a win. Okay. Yeah, okay, fine. That was probably lethal. So I won on a multi-5. That's kind of spicy. Yes, before I'm gonna take out the Minsters, because 4 Fatal Push, and they are pretty bad aside from that. Put in Fragmentize as an all-star. I almost want to have more Fragmentize. Cast out some negates. I really want to get their Lost Legacy. Pick out a planning. Opt. I don't think I want the 3rd negate, that's a little too much. Or do I? Gate can be pretty spicy. No, I think this is fine. Well, this hand is not great. It does have a negate, but refurbish with no targets. It's borderline. I mean, this hand does very little to enable my own game plan, but I have a negate and Angel of Sanctions as answers for his stuff. Gate can be pretty important against Lost Legacy. You know what? I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna just experiment. I don't know if this is a good keep or not. It probably isn't, but it's an experiment. Okay, he has a good start. Very good start. Alright, I'm gonna keep negate because I drew the opt. Otherwise I would have just... Okay, he's not gonna cast Lost Legacy, which means that this play become a little worse. I can take it slow. He didn't have a Legion's Landing. I think I'm actually gonna negate that because I can get it out of hand. And I wanna tap out for the foreseeable future. I'm gonna start strategic plan. Okay, take sharp course because I need some action here. And take a paint to opt. It actually feels way worse than when I'm looking to 5, but yeah, this was a kind of sketchy keep. Okay, do I want to opt in response? Probably if I opt in response, if I draw something sweet, then he can take that. I'm actually not, because I think he may take shorter course. Oops, I almost F6'd. So sometimes you want to opt in response because that's what you wanted to do. But if I opt and find something great to cast, if I find a great non-creature spell, I could run up into trouble. Is he stuck on lands again? By the way, treasure map is very good. But he is stuck on lands, which gives me Some hope. Search, that seems like a good one. That's probably better than a random card. Okay, Angel of Invention. No. God-Pharaoh's Gift in sight, which is annoying, but what can you do? So search could flip next turn if I wanted to. I don't need a mana, but okay, he put the column bottom, which is lucky for me, I guess. Kind of want to get that treasure map before it transforms. It could be pretty bad if it transforms. A good thing about taking the map with the Angel of Sanction is that if he kills the angel, not only does it have Eternalized, but it comes back with 0 counters. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do that. And I don't think I want to transform the search, because I want the scry, and I don't need 7 mana, I don't need 6 mana, so I'm going to chill with transform the search for a turn at least. Okay, kind of punished me a little because now I can't go strategic planning into refurbish, but I can go Angel of Sanctions. Get rid of the map, which means it's harder for my opponent to scry. And if he kills the angel, then it comes back with 0 counters, which can be important. I really don't want that card to transform. So now he has to sacrifice creature to scry. No, he didn't. Okay. Interesting. Okay, that's good. So now I probably want to transform the search. No, that's very good. Now I want to transform because I want to have 6 mana. Cast out is spicy here. We can take out either stockpile or possession. I'm gonna lead with planning. Okay, I'm definitely gonna take River's Rebuke. That can be great at some point. And I have to cast out now, I think, because if my opponent has start to finish, then he can respond to my cast out. So I have to do this now, I believe. Else things could get bad. Alright, here's another one. Does he have a land too? It would be kind of good. My opponent has been pretty unlucky so far. Okay, so now what? If I cast River's Rebuke, that's just too low value, I think. So I think I'm just going to cast an Angel and pump up my creature. I'm going to make it big because I want Fumigate to make my opponent less life. Even though it's more power and toughness that way, it's more risky against Fumigate. Okay, so now he's sacking, which makes sense, but now we can cast Fumigate at least. Let's see here. I'm hoping it doesn't have Anointed Priest, that would be kind of annoying. I do. And now negate. So I'm not gonna cast a second angel, that's just putting too many eggs in the basket. And this is lethal in 2 turns anyway. So I'm just gonna hold up and negate here. And if it doesn't do anything, I have also search, but I want to do that in my opponent's turn. There's no reason to do it now. I'm not gonna cast anything anyway. Opponent is scrying me a river. And I'm feeling pretty safe here. Attacking. Why would you want to attack him? Fatal Push doesn't matter. He already has Revolt. Doesn't make any sense. I'm just going to take my 3/4 life. And if he has Fumigate, that gains him less life. I wonder why that attack happened. He already had revolt. Confused. Alright, well, sorry. I actually didn't even need to do that because I had lethal anyway with Angel. No, I didn't actually. If it takes my Angel, I can only attack for 4. Alright, this matchup seems kind of good, honestly. I will see you for the rest of the rounds.